Watch Minnesota Mayhem, it's never ever dull. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good morning, everybody. Coming at you live from our Tahoe on the way to the airport. We just had our Laskiainen tour. It was a smashing success. Had a Duluth show, an Iron Range show, and a couple Twin Cities shows. It was really rewarding in so many ways. I'm here this morning with Mario Voltainen and Miska Kajunus, great friends of mine and bandmates with the Hauliwood Dreams California Eurovision style comic dance band that we are part of. How the heck are you guys doing?
Tired AF.
Yeah,
But happy. It's been great.
The sun's just coming up right now here. We went to Mickey's Diner, like my favorite, right by the airport. So I got just a couple questions for you guys. How are you Finlanders doing?
Well, this was once again a great, really fun trip to Minnesota. I think that I appreciate my Finnish roots more every time when I go to Minnesota, because we had so much talks about Finland and the people really appreciate their Finnish roots. So I'm learning too. And I learned what vipukelkka is in. One other word for it is napakelkka. I think there's still a third word in my hometown, but I need to ask my parents.
That's my first bullet point to this interview is just idiosyncrasies of language. And like Miska's from Eastern Finland, Marty's from Western Finland. My ancestors came from Western Finland like 120 years ago. So there's a lot of different ways to say things have changed and stuff. And some terms even, like Finlander, some people get so butthurt about it. It just means you're from Finland. Finns don't get offended that easy. Valmis. What it is like as an artist in California, you guys.
Want to take this one, Miska?
I feel that you have more to say about this.
I have more to say.
Yeah.
So in California, everyone's there. All the artists are already in California, or not all, obviously, but so many of them are there already that it's like kind of like there's a lot more competition. Los Angeles is huge, so it's just being in this massive place to find like places to perform. You have to get a little more creative. So you can't just there's like everyone's calling the same places. But at the same time, because you have so many artists there, it's almost like you're in a community of artists, and so that shows up in other ways where you're pretty free to just express yourself however the heck you want and feel like it's who you are. And so I enjoy that. I like being in a community where other artists it's inspirational, and you meet other people that you can collaborate with and or just enjoy what they're doing. So those are the good parts about it. But it is definitely, in a sense, like a lot of times, like I would call Steve as like a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
But then you have a town like LA that's like everyone is a big fish in their own pond who has moved now to LA. So that's like, but in a sense, it's also like it's a good thing because you have to grow. You have to come up with again like other ways to be able to shine
I feel like the competition could be healthy, and if the economic situation wasn't so grave, there might be enough resources for everyone. But at the same time, I think everyone's an artist in some way, so it's brutal sometimes going out there. But yeah, like you said, it's interesting. I've never heard of pay to play. That was so, as a rural musician, like the first time I ever experienced a show where there was another accordionist in the same town, I was like, whoa, no way! And we just hit it off like brothers immediately. But in some ways it's like, we're competing for resources, whereas in the Iron Range it's less about competing for resources and fighting for existence. And I kind of like that very much, because I've never struggled to not fit in. I have no desire to. Yeah. Cool. All right.
But at the same time, I think that Steve's thing is something that we don't have a lot of in LA, and so therefore it's also an opportunity. I feel like in LA you have to be more yourself, like to be like really dive into who you are, you offer, because there's nobody else. Like there's no one like Steve. So I really think that in Steve's case, LA might be the right start to visit there more, because
you think they'll like the unicycle accordion thing?
I feel like it's like I've not seen that anywhere, and I think that LA is also very welcoming to weird acts like that. Like that's like kind of a cool thing to go do. I don't know, Miska, your turn. You tell us what do you think?
Well, it took me some years to. We are not flying to the airport. It took me some years to learn to deal with the rejection and enjoy life, your everyday life, instead of being there and waiting to become a star. That thinking that my life will begin when I get some big jobs. But for me, it's been important to learn about it, enjoy what you have, and enjoy all the weird gigs that you do. But I'm also very curious about how LA audiences are gonna like Steve, because I think they will love him.
I agree.
It's true. Even if you work very hard and you have an agent and you're organized and calculated, sometimes it still doesn't happen. And I think about it every day, just how privileged I am to be able to make a living this way. Sometimes it's a little bit scarier than I wish it was, but that is okay. There it is. Terminal 2. Yeah, they get to go to the fancy terminal down here in MHP. Sun Country is kind of special. They get the airport with all the international flights. Being a high schooler at a small high school, it was like sometimes I'd be the only boy in the theater program, so they would pick shows around me, and I knew when I'd get to college it would be miserable when real life found out that you can't do everything. But anyway, my next bullet point is this: there's Finns, there's Americans, there's Finnish Americans, and there's Amerifins. I consider myself an Amerifin. Born here, don't speak Finnish fluently. Tykkään yrittää. Given it 11 years of trying, but I'm really excited to hear and share with my fans your guys' take on this, because there's certain idiosyncrasies that are just really interesting. Yeah, whoever wants to take it.
I've been very amused by how I'm turning from Finn to Finnish American.
Yeah.
And I went to Finland last summer, and I noticed that people have started to perceive me as Finnish American, that we are a little bit exotic when we come from LA to visit Finland.
Yes.
So it's weird that a change is so subtle that you don't notice it at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but so I think that one of the things that everybody, in my experience, has been feeling that the ones in the Midwest, Minnesota, Michigan, where people came, a long time ago, there's words that we don't know about and cultural things that are talked about as Finnishisms, but we've never heard of, and I find those very exotic and cute and adorable, and I love it. I personally love that there are people who have Finnish heritage and celebrate that still to this day, and I love seeing the street names being in Finnish, and like I heard that having an N-E-N last name is like kind of a flex. So I remember when I was a kid in the 80s here in the Midwest, and having Voutilainen in my original Finnish last name that got changed to make it a little more easy to say. It was miserable. Like nobody knew what Finland is, and so I think that the Amerifins who celebrate that, it's like those are like our unsung heroes and forgotten sometimes. It's like it's keeping the Finnish flag alive in the U.S., and I think it's a great thing.
Beautifully put. My last point, while we're here almost to the airport, is Laskiainen in general. Kind of on that note, it's amazing to a lot of Finns that we celebrate Laskiainen and Juhannuspäivä in Minnesota. And I think it's special. I want to talk just about the gigs we had and your cultural takeaway. I got them on the Vippukelkka and on the Mäki. It was awesome, the sliding hill. Yeah, Mishka, what did you think about this culture?
I missed the fact. It made me miss the fact that how available sledding can be if you live in Finland or Minnesota, because in LA we have mountains, but we need to drive a little bit. Yeah, so it made me miss the winter activities and also being able to provide those for my family.
Yeah, the vipukelka, I'd never even heard of that until Steve, or napakelka. I tried that for the first time in my life ever. It was so much fun. And then I haven't been on a sled in a very long time, so that was also fun. So I greatly enjoyed it, and I thought it was great that you guys get to do that. And it was a good reminder. I've never celebrated Laskiainen, even when I was in Finland, so I think it was wonderful that you keep these traditions alive.
And when Mishka, you were a little boy, you did the vipukelka.
Yes, I have done it in my hometown Iisalmi once, I think.
It's
on
amazing.
our lake next to us.
And it is interesting. Another one I like is mojaka. When I went to Finland, we've been making mojaka in Minnesota all of my life. But I told them, onko teillä mojaka? And they were telling me maybe my grandmother might have a cookbook or something. But yeah, it's time to go and catch their flight back to LA. So I'm going to wrap this up. We got some big projects coming up. Helen Gore is Maria's next big hit. I'm doing Tyyneri Sauna, and as far as I know, we're the US's premier Finnish-American comedy dance band. Tervaudeksi.
Kiitos, thank you.
They don't really say that in Finland. They just sit there awkwardly staring at you like, oh, really?
I need to dry my jacket.
Yes,
No.
but please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Miska also has a podcast, and hopefully see a show on the West Coast tour.
And
in
Maria
March.
has all the channels too.
Yes, TikTok.
Thank you,
YouTube.
Minnesota.
Yes, beautiful.
Thank you so much. It's been a blast.
All right, cowgirl, cowboy, right on, partner. Yeah!
Ei ollut helppo yliatonattiin valtavan, mutta miehelle sisu oli voimannattava. Siirtohinta lähtikot ei häntä miellyttänyt, mutta keskilännestä kaukaa hän vaikka löysi nyt. Minä sodan kylvyssä jää laskuksia toi, mutta lopulta sisukaalle myös tilaisuuden loi. Kleenex, northbound me on 53 up in Palo, that's around Minnesota, frozen tundra, take me home, northbound road. All my hobbies, they involve snow. I get up early so I can watch the clouds go. Negative 40, and though it froze my tears, but it's rattlesnakes and tsunamis that make up most of my fears. So it's on me, on 53, downtown Palo. Watch Minnesota Mayhem, it's never ever dull. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yeah!